Om Shanti. So during the meditation, could you think about the experiences that Baba has given you? Who amongst you could? Yes, so now you see, we are very bad at recalling experiences because we don't, this Kaliyugi Buddhi, it doesn't allow us to register them. And you know, several times when you're sitting in yoga with Baba, you will have an experience. Several times during the Murli, you will have an experience. Several times during the Manthan, you will have an experience. During the day, many times, Baba's love, Baba's Gyan, Baba's power will help you discern, decide, and act better. But then we somehow don't register these. We just let them go. Yes, think about it. We are using our mind to go over and over and over again about all the bad experiences we have during the day. But here Baba is giving us so many good experiences every day. And experiences that are coming directly from this association with Baba. But we seldom, treasure them. Do you write down your experiences? It's a very good, it's a very good way to, move forward in life. If you could just write down all your good experiences that you have with Baba. And then if you could just go over and over again and think about them during the day. Yes, so there are times, so many times when you're thinking about something and you receive just that answer in class. But do you treasure it? Do you record it here? That I got this answer. And this is something that Baba is giving us answers, Baba is giving us solutions, Baba is giving us dignity, worth. We feel so worthy these days, like we never felt before. Baba is giving me hope that I never had. Baba is giving me, self-confidence. That confidence that I never had, that I'm stronger than anything that comes my way. And every day there is some or the other event, and just like I was talking in the meditation, every day, there is one sister and she always says something interesting to me. And I remember those words, they're very nice. She says, Didi, when I came to Baba, that was the busiest period of my life. I was the busiest at that time because I had my PhD work, I had my office work, I had other stuff going on. Children were in that age when they needed the most attention. And then, Didi, when I came to Baba, in the beginning, I thought I would go there only for some days, learn something and never go back. Yes. And then I have been coming for the last 7 years every day. And she used to come every day to the center before the lockdown, and now she attends online. And then she says, Didi, do you know, every single day in these 7 years, I have thought about when to stop. When to stop coming and just practice on my own. And every day, Baba has given me a reason to go back tomorrow. There is not one day when Baba has not given me a reason. And this journey has continued day after day after day. And think about it, I am a child of Baba who has 7 years of everyday experience. Yes, so we are also all sitting here because Baba is giving us experiences every day, and this is a fact. Do you agree with this? If you didn't have an experience, you wouldn't go. We are those people, if a video cannot hold our attention for 10 seconds, we just swipe it. We don't have that sanskar of continuing. But look at Baba. Baba is giving us his experience, he's making his presence felt every day, and he's giving us a reason to continue every day. And Baba says, if you just treasured these experiences, and if you just remembered them time and again, you would never get upset. But the problem is, we treasure other stuff and we go over and over it again, those things that give us sorrow and pain, and we do not recall these experiences with Baba very often, do we? Yes, so every day we need to do that. Maintain a diary. Maintain a diary and write down what you experienced today. Where is it that you experienced the presence of Baba? Which situation, which sanskar, which feeling could you cross with the help of Baba today? Which part of yourself did Baba introduce you to today? Yes, so we have so many of our aspects which we were not introduced to earlier. Sometimes Baba introduces us to our weakness on which we need to work. Sometimes Baba introduces us to a virtue that we have and we didn't know. Sometimes Baba introduces us to a power within me which I had and I didn't know. So record these experiences in your buddhi and write them down somewhere so that you can revisit them all the time. And this is the practice that will ensure you never get upset. And this is what Baba says in the slogan today. Set your mind and intellect on the seat of experience and you will never get upset. Okay, so this is the slogan today. And we have a very beautiful blessing today. We will go through that and then we'll take up the gist of the Murli also. So in the blessing, Baba says, while doing karma, let your dharam, that is your dharana. What is dharma or dharam? It is the dharana, it is the inculcation. It is what you hold inside. while doing that karma. So Baba says, while you're performing karma, let your dharma, that is your dharana, also be complete. Then by your having a proper balance of dharam and karam, the impact will be greater. Let it not be that you remember your dharana after you have performed your karma. When there is a proper balance of both of these in the intellect, you will then be said to have an elevated and a divine intellect. Otherwise, your intellect would be ordinary. Your karma would be ordinary, and your dharana will also be ordinary. You must not have equality in being ordinary, but equality in greatness. Just as your karma is elevated, so your dharana also should be elevated. Now, what does the blessing mean? Baba is telling us, or he's training us into doing every karma with dharma. Yes, and you see, when we describe the golden age, we describe it as an age where karma and dharma go together. Okay? And when you describe the Iron Age, it is described by as a time when karma and dharma go separate ways. Yes? And if you look around you, there is a belief system in Kali Yuga that some people do karma and some people practice dharma. Yes, so people say, I don't have time for dharma because I work. And then there are some people who totally do this dharma thing, okay? They are sadhus, sannyasis, and they are the ones who do the religious work. And then people in the household, they do karma. But Baba says, no, when we are training ourselves to go to the golden age, the golden age is characterized by this synchronicity between karam and dharam. So in the golden age also, we will be doing every karam. But every karam would be a divine karam. Because while doing every karam, we will be holding a dharana inside us. So there will be a virtue or a value which we hold inside of us, uphold inside, which guides our karam. Okay, and you know that we are preparing for the golden age in this confluence age, in this Sangam Yuga. So we have to inculcate all this dharana now. Now, what is the dharam or the dharana that Baba has taught us while doing every karam? Now, if you have been a devotee, you know that when you worship deities, then what you do is you worship every act of theirs. So when you have there is Sri Krishna Janmashtami, then waking up the idol, bathing the idol, feeding the idol, dressing the idol, yes, taking the idol for a walk, everything is celebrated. Right? So अभी भगवान भोजन करेंगे, है ना? अभी भगवान यात्रा पर जाएंगे. So we think that every action that the deity is performing is a divine action. And we go and see those, and it is called darshan. So people go and they throng to see the deity feed. They want to see the deity waking up. Yes, so it's an idol, but even those procedures, or those processes of day-to-day actions are so celebrated. Now Baba says, you also do every action every day. We wake up, we talk, we walk, we sleep, we eat, we see, we think. And Baba says, when you do it according to the dharana that I'm teaching you, then every action of yours will become a divine action. Yes? And Baba says that when you look at someone, what should be there in your eyes? Okay, so your eyes should be filled with soul conscious vision. Your eyes should be filled with compassion, with respect for the soul, and with a good wish to uplift them. Now you see, we are seeing all day, but do we hold this in our buddhi while seeing everyone and everything? Yes, and if we do that, then this ordinary seeing will become the giving of drishti. And it is said, a drishti can change a srishti. So the way you look at something can change how it is. So Baba is teaching us how to uphold a certain attitude, a certain virtue, a certain way of, operating when you are doing ordinary actions. And Baba says, if you just added it to your ordinary, things that you're ordinarily doing, then everything that you do ordinarily will become extraordinary. Yes? When you listen, how do you have to listen? You have to listen with respect, with patience, and with understanding. You don't have to listen to reply. You have to listen to understand. Yes? Do we do that? So listening is not even perceived as an action. But if you just listened patiently, and if you just listen to understand, not to reply, then you would be building a relationship there. So Baba is teaching us how to uphold virtues and attitudes and consciousness while doing very ordinary actions. And Baba is telling us, don't forget your dharana while coming into action and later remind yourself, I should have done this. Okay? Now Baba has told us what is the dharana, or what is the virtue we need to uphold for getting up in the morning. So Baba says, get up at Amrit Vela. Yes. Get up peacefully. And the first thing you do is sit in the remembrance of Baba. And then there are many brothers and sisters who tell us we get up at 10 a.m. and then we regret that we didn't do Amrit Vela. So Baba says, don't later remind yourself of what dharana you had to uphold. So while you are doing the action, be careful about how you're doing it. So there is a way to get up in the morning. There is a time to get up. Do that. And that will give you power. Baba has given us the dharana with which we have to cook food, eat food, serve food. Yes, so cooking in silence and in remembrance of Baba, eating in silence and in Baba's remembrance, and serving in silence and in Baba's remembrance. And eating pure food, that's the dharana of food. But do we do that? We have to ask ourselves. And I will tell you one thing. This subject, this whole subject of dharana, there was this one sister who once shared with me that her daughter is suffering from anorexia. Yes, and it's a condition where she is starving, but she's not able to eat. She's just not able to eat food. It's such a ghastly condition. And she told me, and then I asked her, so what is it that brought her to that place, or what do you think is the reason? And she shared that she was always dieting. So because she was always on the diet, so whenever she ate food, she ate, with this consciousness that I don't have to eat. And she always cursed the oil and whatever was there in the food all the time. This food is not good for me. This food will add to my weight and this and that. And now you see, she can't eat food. And this is a real condition that people are suffering from. Now Baba says, when you're eating something, then let it be prepared knowing that you prepare something which is good for your body and soul. Yes, so food that is, so you should educate yourself about food that is healthy for the body and the soul. Now, what is healthy for the body, that many people are telling you, but what is healthy for the soul? Food cooked in Baba's remembrance and food that is sattvic is healthy for the soul. Now, Baba says, prepare that food with that consciousness, keeping all that in awareness, and then you offer it to Baba. And when you accept it, know that this is nurturing your body and your soul. And with that awareness, you have to accept that food. That this is Brahma Bhojan, this is feeding my soul, this is nurturing whatever is on the inside. And Baba says, don't remember your dharana after the action. Because the karam and the dharam have to go together. What is the dharana that Baba has given us about talking? So Baba has said that whenever you speak, always speak words which would uplift and encourage someone. Not something that would put them down. If you are pointing somebody's mistake also, then let it be respectful and go to the solution of that mistake instead of just leaving them with abusive words about their problems or their limitations. So Baba says that check your intention, whether your intention is to uplift and encourage the soul, or your intention is to just put them down. And also check your action. Did you really uplift and encourage them with your words? Or that was your intention, but you actually ended up dampening their spirit? So these are the things that we need to check while coming into action. And Baba says, be seated in your dharam while coming into karam. Baba has given us the dharana of, when you are going into contact and connection, how should you dress up? You should dress up in a simple way, in a way that they are interested in you, not in what you're wearing or how you're looking. Yes? So you want them to recognize you. You first recognize yourself. Yes? If you are wearing something that is pulling your attention, then that will pull their attention also. And then that whole meeting will be about your body or your dress, not about you. So Baba is giving us the dharana for everything. And Baba says that when you're coming into action, first ensure your dharam is intact. And then come into action. If your inside is, not, not prepared, and you are just coming into action just like that, then that action will become very ordinary. So Baba is pointing that out in the blessing. And in the whole Murli today, Baba is talking about Jagadamba, Jagat Pita, and Param Pita. So you see that in India, we celebrate, we worship Jagadamba, and then we worship God. Now Baba says, you know that there is someone called Jagadamba, and you know there is someone called Jagat Pita or Prajapita, and you use these words in your devotional culture, and you refer to Parampita, Paramatma also, but you don't know who they are. Yes, so you have seen their images in places of worship, but which person do these images correspond to? Yes, so if you have seen a politician's image, a picture of his, his face and body hung in posters everywhere, and then you see that person, you say, okay, this is the person whose pictures are there. Right? So similarly, Baba says, you've seen all those pictures. Jagadamba is worshipped in many forms. You've seen Jagat Pita's pictures, Prajapita's pictures. You've seen the pictures of deities. You worship God in the form of a shivling. But who is that God? Who is that Jagadamba? Who is that Jagat Pita? So Baba is saying that all those pictures refer to some person who actually plays a role on this earth. And who is that person? So that Jagadamba is Mama. We celebrated Mama Day some time back. And then that Jagat Pita is Brahma Baba. And then Baba says, and that Param Pita is Shiv Baba. So now we are introduced to who is who, those pictures and these names, these people are matched together. And now Baba is telling us that this is Jagadamba, this is Jagat Pita, and this I am Param Pita. And then Baba says, why is Jagadamba Jagadamba? You have to understand that. Now you see, when Mama came to Baba, she was 16 years of age. And from that time onwards, Baba gave her the Swaman that you are Jagadamba. And Mama started sustaining, giving sustenance to all the brothers and sisters, those who were much older to her also, she started giving sustenance to everybody. And what was the sustenance? She gave physical sustenance and spiritual sustenance. Palna. Jismani palna, ruhani palna. She made sure everybody's body was fed, clothed, they had access to clean water, everything. And then she also made sure that each soul was fed properly. And how did she ensure that? She took Baba's Murli and she made sense out of the whole Murli in a very practical way. And in the last 1 month, lot of Mama's Murlis have been shared. And you understand that just like a mother bird has the interest that her children are fed well, so she breaks, food into small pieces and then feeds her baby birds. Similarly, Mama took the Murli and she made it very easy, very simplified, so that children could digest the Murli and they could take something which could enrich the soul. So Mama gave the love that the soul needed. Mama made the knowledge easy. Mama gave the power by staying always powerful. Do you understand a 16-year-old girl taking on the title of being Jagadamba and always staying in that form where nobody could see any weakness in her anytime? Yes. So she could be an example of strength and, always upholding the power to tolerate and face and discern and decide. And she became a perfect example, showing how to put into action what Baba is teaching us. And that is why Baba says she is Jagadamba. And even today, if you want to understand how Baba is creating a Shakti out of an ordinary soul, you have to read the life of Jagadamba Mama and what she practiced and what were her values and how was her lifestyle, so that you learn and be sustained by her. So there were souls who were in and around her and they saw her. They saw her walk, they saw her talk. Mama taught everything. I have heard from seniors that when children walked very fast, then Mama would stop them and tell them that, this earth is getting hurt by the way you're walking. So you have to take care of the 5 elements. So you walk slowly. And it was not about the earth. It was a way in which she taught how to walk slowly, how to walk with calm feet, how to walk without making a sound. And then when children ate food and they went to dispose their utensils, then Mama taught them that there shouldn't even be a grain of food wasted. And she would herself ensure that she saw, checked and taught every child how to not waste food. Whenever she cut vegetables or, cut fruits, she made sure that children learned how to use everything, every part of the fruit and vegetable and not let it go to waste. So Mama taught these values like a spiritual mother, and she lived these values in her life so that children could learn from her. And even today, all of us who are sitting here have learned from the life of Mama. Even if we have not seen Mama, We have heard what she did and we have inculcated it in our life. So Mama is the spiritual mother, the world mother. Anybody who wants to learn values and virtues of how to lead a spiritual life, they have to look into the life of Mama. And then Baba is Jagat Pita. Baba provided whatever he had for the sustenance of this yajna. So Baba gave everything. Baba gave his time, money, body, wealth. Baba gave away his experiences. Baba gave his buddhi. So whatever Baba had, every ounce of his existence, he gave so that children could be sustained. Baba was a very experienced person. Baba had very good discerning ability. Baba had a lot of wealth. Baba had physical strength. Baba gave up everything. Baba gave away everything so that children could learn from that and children could benefit and take sustenance from whatever he had. And so Brahma Baba is Jagat Pita. And when we look at Brahma Baba's life, we are inspired to become Master Brahma. We are also inspired to contribute to the yajna. We are inspired to give away everything for this task. So that's the inspiration Baba's life gives us. How to surrender your life so that Baba's work can go on. Just like, a father just surrenders his life so that children can grow up and become something. So that's the kind of thing that Brahma Baba did for all of us children. And then there is Shiv Baba. And Shiv Baba is the ocean of knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss, and power. And he makes all of that available to us. He comes from the soul world and he gives us the unconditional love that nobody could give. He gives us the knowledge that we didn't have access to. He introduces us to the powers which we didn't know existed within us. So Shiv Baba is giving away all the spiritual treasures that we need. So Baba says, now you have to understand that you have a mother and two fathers. Shiv Baba, Brahma Baba, Mama. And you have to recognize them and take the sustenance that they are giving you. And I will tell you one thing. There was an episode in my journey where I did not have the resources. I did not have enough, finances, enough support, enough cooperation. And it made me, there was a time when I felt I'm doing Baba's task, but I felt alone. And I felt like I need cooperation, I need some help. And then, I remembered that when Brahma Baba was in his Sakar form, he took care of children's physical sustenance and spiritual sustenance. He provided for everything. So even now I have Brahma Baba, right? Even if he is in the Avyakt form, he's still there. So he should take care of my sustenance also because I am surrendered to Baba. So then I sat in front of Baba and I said, Baba, you physically provided for all your children in your Sakar form. So now you have to provide for me even if you are in the Avyakt form. And I am surrendered to you. So I will just be a child and do my thing and you do the provision. I don't think about the provision anymore. And then, within 2 days, all my issues were solved. And so this is why We need to know that my father and my mother are there. Not only my incorporeal father Shiv Baba, but my very corporeal alokik father Brahma Baba is also there, and Mama, my mother, is also there. So if I just recognize their presence, if I just understand what they did and how they solved all the issues in the yajna, then I can gain from their experience, and I can also gain from that spiritual connection that I build internally with them. So Baba says, when you have such great souls to your access, never feel alone. Feel their presence also in and around you. There is a question. Working in odd hours due to the nature of the work won't allow me to wake up at the early morning, say 3 to 4 IST. How to achieve the goal that Baba says? Internal feelings always push to wake up, but unfortunately could not make it. How to make it happen? See, you try. Even if you're not able to stay awake for very long, try waking up for 10 minutes. Try waking up for 15 minutes. And slowly, gradually, what you do in those 10 minutes and 15 minutes will send out a wave in this universe, which will help everything align in such a way that you will be able to do it more often and for longer hours. Okay? So when you can't do everything, don't do nothing, do something. And that something will pave the way for you to do everything tomorrow. Yes? So if you can't do everything, don't do nothing, do something. This is the law. All right? There is something I want to share with all of you. We are starting a new batch of Raj Yoga course from 8th July. The details of the course are there in front of the screen. You can read them, and there is a number on which registration is to be done if somebody intends to do the course. I request you all to send this message to each and every soul you know, so that they can also take the benefit of Baba's knowledge and whatever Baba wants to give them. So make this a personal mission to send this message to each and every soul, the details of the course, so that they can register on the given number and undertake the course. Om Shanti.